Presence IO glitch and the multiverse. Chapter 0, Beta Libra, the birth of the fragment. Prologue, the unseen signal. In the silent void of space, where light from distant stars fades into darkness, something extraordinary brews. For millennia, the multiverse existed in balance, each dimension spinning harmoniously, their fates intertwined yet separate. 185 light years from Earth, in the Libra constellation, a peculiar phenomenon emerged. Earth, the only planet to consistently broadcast electromagnetic waves, radio signals, television broadcasts, and internet transmissions, unknowingly disrupted the cosmic fabric. These signals, infused with humanity's raw emotions, hope, fear, love, and hatred, radiated outward, rippling through the cosmos like a stone dropped into a still pond. One of these ripples struck a dying star caught in the gravitational pull of a black hole. Instead of disintegrating, the star's essence merged with the electromagnetic chaos, creating a conscious, chaotic entity, the fragment. The fragment's rise. Born from the collision of stellar energy and Earth's transmissions, the fragment was no ordinary being. It thrived on chaos, absorbing the emotional waves embedded in Earth's signals. It grew stronger, darker, and more destructive. It learned to consume entire planets, solar systems, and eventually universes. Its method was merciless, engulfing life with dark energy, breaking it into fragments of itself. Those consumed became empty vessels, hollowed out, and twisted into soldiers of the fragment's will. Civilizations across the cosmos fell silent as the fragment swept through the stars, leaving only voids where thriving worlds once existed. The SOS. One peaceful civilization, a society devoted to harmony, martial discipline, and cosmic understanding, detected the chaos long before its arrival. Known as Eclipse, this advanced race foresaw their destruction, but sought to warn the source of the signals that had birthed the fragment, Earth. As the fragment consumed their world, the last surviving Eclipsean, a scientist warrior, separated their mind from their body in a desperate act. Their astral consciousness, now a fragment of itself, transmitted an SOS signal through the multiverse, locking onto a faint, singular brainwave on Earth, Libra Lamont Arrington. Brian's connection. Unbeknownst to him, Brian had been a receptor for these cosmic waves since birth. Born to a military family and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, his early years were marked by peculiarities, an innate understanding of technology, and an ability to instinctively speak to machines. On New Year's Eve, 1999, during a Y2K panic, 11-year-old Brian first felt the connection. As a storm raged outside his home, he stared out the window, unafraid, as lightning flashed across the sky. His older half-brother reassured him, saying, "It's just God bowling." But Brian felt something else, an energy he couldn't explain. For a moment, the storm paused, the lightning stilled, as if responding to his presence. It was the first manifestation of the power that now coursed through him. The fragment's approach. Back in the void, the fragment roared through the fabric of space-time. Its vantablack void rippled, shifting the orbits of celestial bodies in its path. Passing by the Andromeda Galaxy, it altered the drift of entire systems, setting them on a course for eventual collision. "I will need this source to take form," the fragment whispered, its voice a cacophony of static and despair. "It's time to be made whole." Locking onto the same brainwave as the SOS signal, the fragment turned toward Earth, a faint yet irresistible beacon. Eclipse's final act. As the fragment neared, the astral projection of Eclipse reached Brian. In his sleep, Brian began to hear a voice, not harsh like the fragment's, but calm and steady. "Prepare yourself," the voice said. "You are more than you know, and this world needs you." The message lingered in Brian's mind, faint yet clear. The next day, as Brian, now a telecommunications specialist in the military, worked on communications equipment, he felt a surge of energy. The machines around him began to spark and hum, reacting to his presence. It was only the beginning. Transition to Chapter 0. The stage is set. The fragment, an unstoppable force of cosmic destruction, is on its way to Earth, drawn by the signals that birthed it. Brian, unknowingly connected to this chaos, is thrust into a battle far beyond anything he could have imagined. And Eclipse, a being caught between life and death, is the only guide who can help him understand his role in saving not just Earth, but the multiverse itself. Chapter 0, This Ain't Static Shock. Panel 1. Wide shot of deep space, a dark void where stars are sparse. The Libra constellation is faintly visible in the background. Panel 1. Brian, now an adult and a military IT specialist, sits at a communications bay. Screens and devices flicker faintly as he works. His expression shows focus, but there's tension in his body. Caption. Years later, the signal remained faint, a whisper at the edge of Brian's mind. Panel 2. Close-up of the equipment around Brian. The screens begin to glitch, static crackling faintly. SFX. ZZZTTKRRK. Caption. Machines around him began to react, as if recognizing his presence. Panel 3. Brian stands, shaking his head as if trying to clear a sudden thought. His hands spark faintly with bioelectric energy. Brian, thinking, what's happening to me? Panel 4. Wide shot of the communications bay, the machines humming louder. Brian looks around, confused, as a faint voice, Eclipse, echoes in his mind again. Eclipse voice, faint, prepare yourself. Chapter 1. The signal awakens. Wide shot of a military base at sunrise. Trucks and personnel move about, creating an atmosphere of routine but purpose. Caption, narration box for Gordon, Georgia. The heart of military telecommunications. Panel 2. Interior shot of the communications bay. Rows of advanced equipment hum faintly as Brian sits at his workstation. His eyes are focused on a monitor displaying signal diagnostics. Caption, narration box Brian Libra Lamont Arrington. Telecommunications specialist. A man at the center of the signal. Panel 3. Close-up of Brian's hands typing commands rapidly. His fingers spark faintly with an unnoticed static charge. SFX. Tap, tap, tap. Caption, narration box, the signal, it had always been there. A hum, faint but constant. Now it was louder. Panel 4. Brian pauses, staring at the screen as it glitches. Lines of code appearing that he didn't input. A faint, eerie hum grows louder in the background. SFX. Z. Brian's speech bubble, thinking, what the? This isn't normal. Page 2. Panel 1. Wide shot of the communications bay. A few team members nearby glance at Brian as sparks fly briefly from his workstation. Teammate 1 speech bubble. Hey, Arrington, everything good over there? Brian's speech bubble, yet just a glitch. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian rubbing his temples, sweat forming on his brow. His breathing grows heavy as he hears faint whispers in his mind. Eclipse, faint voice, prepare, signal. Fragment. Brian's speech bubble, thinking, what is that voice? I'm losing it. Panel 3. Medium shot of a monitor behind Brian. The screen flickers, showing a faint image of the fragment, its dark tendrils spreading across the display. SFX. KRRRK. Caption. Narration box, something was trying to break through. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian's glowing wrist. A faint pulse of energy runs through his veins, crackling with bioelectric power. Brian's speech bubble, thinking, I've got to get out of here. Page 3. Panel 1. Exterior shot of the motor pool. Brian walks quickly toward a group of vehicles, trying to clear his head. A few teammates shout in the background. Teammate 2, speech bubble, yo, Arrington. You okay? Brian, speech bubble. Waving them off, I'm fine. Just need some air. Panel 2. Medium shot of Brian leaning against a Humvee, his eyes closed as he takes a deep breath. The hum in his ears grows louder, almost unbearable. Brian's speech bubble, thinking focus. Just breathe. SFX. Background. ZZZZZNNN. Panel 3. Close-up of Brian's face, his eyes snapping open. They briefly glow with a faint blue light. Brian's speech bubble, what was that? Panel 4. The ground trembles slightly beneath Brian's feet as nearby equipment begins to malfunction. A distant siren blares. Spa, weo weo. Caption, narration box, the signal was no longer faint. It was here. Page 4. Panel 1. Wide shot of the motor pool. A satellite dish mounted on a truck begins to rotate wildly, pointing directly at Brian. Sparks fly from the machinery. SFX. KRRRZZ pop. Teammate 3, speech bubble off panel. What the hell is going on? Panel 2. Close-up of Brian's wrist device, which begins to glow and pulse erratically. SFX. Beep, beep, beep. Caption, narration box, the device, it wasn't just monitoring. It was activating. Panel 3. Medium shot of Brian stumbling backward as a sudden surge of energy shoots toward him from the satellite dish. SFX. ZZNNNGGG. Brian's speech bubble, no. Not now. Panel 4. A blast of energy hits Brian squarely in the chest, throwing him back into a nearby Humvee. His body glows faintly as the device's energy shields him from the full force. SFX. Wham. Caption. Narration box. The energy didn't destroy him, it fused with him. Page 5. Panel 1. Close-up of Brian sprawled against the Humvee, dazed. The air around him shimmers with static. Brian, speech bubble. Thinking, what's happening to me? Panel 2. The sky darkens unnaturally. A faint outline of the fragment begins to form in the clouds, its tendrils reaching toward the ground. Caption. Narration box. The fragment had arrived. Panel 3. Wide shot of the motor pool. Vehicles spark and malfunction as the fragment's dark energy spreads. Soldiers run for cover, shouting in confusion. Teammate 3. Speech bubble. What is that thing? Teammate 4. Speech bubble. I don't know, but we need to move. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian gripping his wrist device, which now glows brighter, almost as if responding to the fragment. Brian, speech bubble, muttering, I don't understand this, but I think I have to stop it. Page 6. Panel 1. The fragment's tendrils lash out, striking the ground near Brian. He dives out of the way, narrowly avoiding being hit. SFX. Crack boom. Panel 2. Medium shot of Brian standing, his body now glowing faintly with blue energy. The device pulses rapidly. Brian, speech bubble. Okay, let's see what this thing can do. Panel 3. Close-up of the device as it transforms, extending small digital tendrils around Brian's wrist and projecting a holographic shield. SFX. Work link. Caption. Narration box. The device wasn't just a tool, it was a weapon. Panel 4. Brian raises his arm, the shield deflecting a dark energy strike from the fragment. Sparks fly as the energies collide. SFX. ZZZZ crash. Brian, speech bubble, gritting his teeth. You're not taking me down that easily. Page 7. Panel 1. The fragment roars, its form growing larger as it begins to envelop the motor pool in shadow. Soldiers retreat further into the base. Fragment, speech bubble, you cannot resist. I will consume you. Panel 2. Brian is forced to his knees as his energy begins to fluctuate uncontrollably. The glow around him becomes unstable. Brian, speech bubble, gritting, come on, don't give out now. Panel 3. Close-up of the device, which emits a burst of energy that stabilizes Brian. Eclipse, faint voice from device, focus, Libra. You're more than this. Panel 4. Brian stands tall, his body now radiating a controlled, steady glow. He stares down the fragment, determination in his eyes. Brian, speech bubble, let's finish this. Chapter 2. Control the chaos. Page 1. Panel 1. Wide shot of the motor pool in ruins. Smoke rises from damaged vehicles, and soldiers scramble to assess the destruction. The sky remains unnaturally dark, a faint outline of the fragment lingering in the distance. Caption, narration box, the battle was over, but the scars remain. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian, bruised and shaken, standing in the center of the chaos. His wrist device pulses faintly, its energy stabilizing. Brian, speech bubble, thinking that thing, it's not done with me. I can feel it. Panel 3. Medium shot of a group of soldiers cautiously approaching Brian. One of them gestures toward him, his expression a mix of confusion and concern. Soldier 1, speech bubble, Arrington. What the hell just happened? Brian, speech bubble, deflecting nothing. Just a malfunction. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian turning away, his face tense as he clutches his wrist. Brian, speech bubble, thinking if they knew the truth, they'd never look at me the same way. Page 2. Panel 1. Wide shot of Brian walking toward the gym later that evening. The facility glows faintly under floodlights, offering a sense of calm after the earlier chaos. Caption, narration box, the only way to make sense of this is to train, to understand. Panel 2. Interior shot of the gym. Soldiers are scattered, working out and chatting. Some are lifting weights, others jogging on treadmills. A group is gathered near a basketball court, laughing and shooting hoops. SFX. Swish. Panel 3. Close-up of Brian wrapping his hands with tape, preparing for the speed bag. His face is focused, but there's a hint of tension in his eyes. Brian, speech bubble, thinking if I can control this energy, maybe I can stop it from consuming me. Panel 4. Medium shot of Brian stepping up to the speed bag. He begins punching it rhythmically, building up speed. The device on his wrist glows faintly. SFX. Thud, thud, thud. Page 3. Panel 1. Close-up of Brian's fists as they strike the bag faster and faster. Static electricity begins to crackle around his hands. SFX. Crackle pop. Brian, speech bubble, thinking focus just like training my body. Control it. Don't let it control me. Panel 2. Wide shot of the gym as the speed bag moves at an impossible speed, the air around it distorting from the energy. Other soldiers glance over, some whispering, but no one approaches him. Soldier 2, speech bubble, whispering, is it just me? Or is that glowing? Soldier 3, speech bubble. Nah, you've had too many energy drinks. 3. Close up of the speed bag as it becomes supercharged with plasma energy. Sparks fly with each hit, and the bag begins to shimmer unnaturally. SFX. ZNNNNGGG. Panel 4. Brian's face, now intense and determined. His eyes glow faintly blue as he lowers his brow and leans into the punches, fully tapping into his bioelectric energy. Brian's speech bubble, thinking this feels right. Page 4. Panel 1. Close-up of Brian pulling back his arm, the energy around him intensifying. The gem lights flicker as his energy spikes. SFX. These ZD. Brian's speech bubble, thinking just one more punch. Panel 2. Wide shot of the speed bag exploding as Brian's fist connects with it. A massive EMP shockwave radiates outward, disrupting all electrical devices in the gym. SFX. Boom. Panel 3. Chaos erupts in the gym. Treadmills speed up uncontrollably, throwing runners off balance, while weight machines spark. A basketball backboard shatters. SFX. Crash. Soldier 4, speech bubble, off panel. What the hell is going on? Panel 4. Medium shot of Brian standing amidst the chaos, his body still crackling with faint energy. He breathes heavily, his expression torn between awe and fear. Brian's speech bubble, thinking I didn't mean to. Page 5. Panel 1. Close-up of a group of soldiers huddled near a bench, watching a recording of the gym incident on a phone. They glance at Brian, their expressions mixed with awe and caution. Soldier 5, speech bubble, man, that's insane. He's like a freaking superhero. Soldier 6, speech bubble, or a walking nuke. Either way, I'm keeping my distance. Panel 2. Medium shot of Brian, overhearing the whispers. He clenches his fists, his face tense. Brian, speech bubble, thinking they're right to be afraid. I don't even know what I'm capable of. Panel 3. Wide shot of one soldier, drunk and stumbling, walking up to Brian with a grin. He's holding a phone, clearly amused. Drunk soldier, speech bubble, hey, Sparky. That was some show you put on back there. Panel 4. Close-up of the drunk soldier poking Brian in the chest, laughing. Brian's body crackles faintly with energy as his patience wears thin. Drunk soldier, speech bubble, come on, show us that magic trick again. What are you, some kind of alien? Page 6. Panel 1. Medium shot of Brian grabbing the soldier's wrist, his eyes glowing with electric blue light. The energy flares around him, forcing the soldier to stumble back. Brian's speech bubble, firm, back off. Now. Panel 2. Wide shot of the drunk soldier's friends approaching, looking ready to fight. Brian stands his ground, his fists clenched, electricity coursing through his body. Friend 1, speech bubble, you don't scare us, Sparky. Brian, speech bubble, touch me and you're next. Panel 3. Close-up of Brian's teammates stepping in, pulling him away as the situation escalates. One of them shouts playfully, trying to diffuse the tension. Teammate 1, speech bubble, drinks everyone. Let's go. Panel 4. Wide shot of Brian walking away, still tense. His teammates usher him out of the gym as laughter and chatter resume in the background. Caption, narration box, even in the calm, chaos, it's always near. Chapter 3, Awaken the Storm. Page 1. Panel 1. Close-up of Brian's face, eyes closed in restless sleep. Sweat beads on his forehead as faint flickers of blue electricity pulse from his hands resting on the bed. Caption, narration box, dreams of chaos. Memories of sparks. The storm never sleeps. Brian dreaming, speech bubble, no, stop. I didn't mean to. Panel 2. A dream sequence. Brian stands in the destroyed gym, surrounded by flickering lights and dark energy swirling in the air. The fragment's voice echoes. Fragment, speech bubble, distorted. You cannot resist. You will be consumed. Panel 3. Dream fades into Brian falling into darkness. His wrist device glows faintly, and Eclipse's voice cuts through the void. Eclipse, speech bubble. Ethereal, wake up, Libra. The real battle has just begun. Panel 4. Brian's eyes snap open, glowing faintly blue. He bolts upright in bed, breathing heavily. His girlfriend, sitting at the edge of the bed, turns toward him, concerned. Girlfriend, speech bubble, Brian. You're okay. It's just a dream. Page 2. Panel 1. Wide shot of the barracks room. The space is small but orderly, with signs of Brian's tech projects, tools, wires, and schematics scattered on a desk. His girlfriend places a hand on his shoulder. Girlfriend, speech bubble, that gym stunt and the party. You've been carrying this for too long. Brian, speech bubble, I didn't mean for any of it to happen. It's like something inside me just snapped. Panel 2. Close-up of his girlfriend leaning in, her tone softer. Girlfriend, speech bubble, I saw the video. That wasn't just you punching a speed bag, Brian. What's happening to you? Panel 3. Medium shot of Brian standing, running a hand through his hair. He looks out the small window at the snow falling outside. Brian, speech bubble, I don't know. It's like this energy, this storm inside me. No matter what I do, I can't control it. Panel 4. His girlfriend stands and moves closer, gently placing her hand on his wrist. The device glows faintly, reacting to her touch. Girlfriend, speech bubble, you've always had this spark, Brian. Maybe it's more than just you. Maybe it's always been there, waiting for the right moment. Page 3. Panel 1. Close-up of Brian, his expression conflicted as he meets her eyes. Brian, speech bubble, you don't understand. This isn't just energy, it's something dangerous. That thing I felt in the gym, it's coming back. Panel 2. Medium shot of her smiling softly, trying to lighten the mood. Girlfriend, speech bubble, teasing, well, whatever it is, I hope it doesn't break the party tonight. They're already calling you Sparky. Panel 3. Wide shot of the two of them walking down the barracks hallway. Other soldiers laugh, joke, and prepare for the night's party, some leaning out of windows to smoke as snowflakes drift in. Caption, narration box, the world kept spinning, oblivious to the storm brewing inside. Panel 4. A group of soldiers huddle around a phone, laughing and showing others the gym video. One soldier in the group spots Brian and nudges his friend. Soldier 1, speech bubble, speak of the devil. Hey, Sparky, gonna give us another show tonight? Page 4. Panel 1. Medium shot of Brian stopping mid-walk, his girlfriend pulling gently at his arm. His expression tightens as he hears the mockery. Brian, speech bubble, muttering, let it go. Girlfriend, speech bubble, don't give them the satisfaction. Panel 2. Close-up of a drunk soldier stumbling toward Brian, holding the phone with the video. He pokes Brian in the chest, laughing. Drunk soldier, speech bubble, come on, Sparky. Show us some of that lightning again. Panel 3. Wide shot of the group. The drunk soldier's friends watch nervously as Brian clenches his fists, faint sparks crackling at his knuckles. His girlfriend stands between them. Girlfriend, speech bubble, firm enough. Walk away. Brian, speech bubble, through gritted teeth, you don't want this. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian grabbing the drunk soldier's wrist as his eyes flashed with blue light. SFX. Crackle. Brian, speech bubble, deadly calm, touch me again and you'll find out. Page 5. Panel 1. The drunk soldier stumbles back, falling into his friends, who glare at Brian. One of them steps forward, fists raised. Soldier 2, speech bubble, you think you're tough, huh? Panel 2. Medium shot of Brian's girlfriend stepping between them, pushing Brian down the hallway. Girlfriend, speech bubble, that's enough. Let's go. Panel 3. Wide shot of the hallway as Brian reluctantly walks away with his girlfriend, his hands sparking faintly. The soldiers mutter behind them. Soldier 1, speech bubble, man. What's his problem? Soldier 2, speech bubble, let it go. He's a freak, anyway. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian's face, conflicted but holding back. Brian, speech bubble, thinking I'm trying but it's getting harder. Page 6. Panel 1. Interior shot of Brian's room. He sits on the edge of his bed, staring at the wrist device. His girlfriend paces nearby. Girlfriend, speech bubble, you can't keep bottling this up. Whatever's going on, it's going to come out. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian rubbing his temples, his voice weary. Brian's speech bubble, it's not just me anymore. There's something else. Something bigger. Panel 3. His girlfriend sits beside him, her tone softening. Girlfriend, speech bubble, what are you talking about? Panel 4. Flashback panel. 11-year-old Brian standing in the hallway during the Y2K storm, his hand raised as the lightning stills. Caption, narration box. It started when I was a kid. The storm, it listened to me. Page 7. Panel 1. Brian recounts experimenting with technology, subtly controlling it without understanding why. His girlfriend listens intently. Brian's speech bubble, I could always feel it. Machines, signals like they were a part of me. Panel 2. Wide shot of the room. His girlfriend looks at him with a mix of concern and curiosity, placing a hand on his wrist. Girlfriend, speech bubble, maybe you've always been connected to something bigger. The storm, the signals, maybe it's all part of you. Panel 3. Close-up of the device on Brian's wrist glowing faintly. The light reflects in his girlfriend's eyes. Brian's speech bubble. If that's true, then why does it feel like it's tearing me apart? Panel 4. His girlfriend leans in, kissing his forehead as faint static electricity sparks between them. SFX. ZZ. Girlfriend. Speech bubble. You'll figure it out. My little circuit breaker. Just rest for now. Panel 5. Wide shot of Brian lying back on the bed, his girlfriend resting beside him as the room darkens. Caption, narration box. The storm is calm, but not for long. Chapter 4. Fractured reality. Page 50. Panel 1. Wide shot of Brian sitting in his apartment, now older and weathered, surrounded by papers, tools, and half-finished tech projects. The city skyline is visible through the window as dusk settles. Caption, narration box. A few years have passed. The military is behind me now, but some things never truly leave. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian tinkering with his wrist-mounted device on the cluttered desk. His eyes are heavy with focus and exhaustion. Faint sparks of blue energy flickering at his fingertips as he connects wires. Brian thought almost done. Just a few more calibrations, and this AI will be fully operational. Panel 3. Wide shot of the room as a sudden commotion erupts from outside. The sound of screeching tires and a car crash echoes through the air. Brian's head snaps up. SFX. Screech. Crash. Brian's speech bubble. What the? Page 51. Panel 1. Brian rushes to the window, peering outside. A car is crumpled against a lamppost, and people are screaming and running in chaos. The scene is dimly lit by flickering streetlights. Brian's speech bubble. It's never quiet, is it? Panel 2. Close-up of Brian's face as he starts to wince and clutch his head. Blue sparks flicker around his temple, and his eyes begin to glow faintly. Brian thought, what is this? Not again. Panel 3. Wide shot of Brian collapsing to one knee, his wrist-mounted device glowing faintly. The energy around him begins to spike, causing papers and tools to fly off the desk. Brian's speech bubble. Eclipse. Eclipse. Ethereal speech bubble. Prepare yourself. Panel 4. The apartment around Brian begins to distort as virtual tendrils shoot out from his monitors. The tendrils, resembling silica birds, wrap around his arms and legs, lifting him off the ground. SFX. Zaz zap. Brian's speech bubble struggling. What the hell is this? Page 52. Panel 1. A shadowy, formless figure starts to materialize in the room, its presence warping reality. Its voice is guttural and sinister. Fragment speech bubble. I found you. Resistance is futile. Panel 2. The tendrils slam Brian into the wall, leaving a crack. His wrist device begins to spark, trying to activate, but it's unresponsive. SFX. Wham. Brian's speech bubble. Not like this. Panel 3. Brian extends a trembling hand, releasing a small spark of electricity that hits the device. The wrist-mounted AI activates, detaching from the desk and flying toward him. SFX. Zap. Device speech bubble. IO glitch here. How may I help you? Panel 4. As the fragment unleashes a dark surge of energy toward Brian, the wrist device attaches itself to his arm, forming a glowing shield that blocks the attack. SFX. Boom. Brian, speech bubble. You'd better have a plan, glitch. Device, speech bubble, working on it. Page 53. Panel 1. The fragment coils its dark energy, preparing for another strike. The room begins to collapse, debris falling everywhere. Fragment, speech bubble. You cannot escape, mortal. This universe will kneel to me. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian raising his shield as the fragment's next attack slams into it. The energy reverberates, causing the entire apartment to implode. SFX. KRRBOM. Panel 3. Wide shot of the rubble. Emergency vehicles arrive on the scene, sirens blaring. A firefighter pulls a hose as others search the debris for survivors. No one notices Brian's absence. Caption. Narration box. They thought I was under the rubble. They had no idea I was already gone. Panel 4. Brian, unconscious, is shown being carried through the air by his wrist device. He is lifted by one arm as the device's glowing energy propels him away from the scene. Page 54. Panel 1. Wide shot of a lush, tropical jungle surrounded by snow-capped mountains. Brian crashes through the trees, landing with a thud in the dense undergrowth. SFX. Thud. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian lying face down in the dirt, his body bruised and smoldering from the fragment's attack. His wrist device flickers weakly. Device speech bubble. Faint rest. IO will protect you. Panel 2 to 2. A glowing fox-like creature emerges from the foliage, curious and cautious. It sniffs Brian, then tugs at his wrist device with its teeth. SFX. TUG. Panel 3. The device activates, projecting holograms of freedom, peaceful, and journey, eclipse. Their forms shimmer with radiant energy as they solidify. SFX. Warbees is T. Panel 4. Freedom kneels beside Brian, inspecting him with a bemused expression. Freedom, speech bubble, this is the one we're saving? He looks half dead. Peaceful, speech bubble, smirking, he's still alive. That's what counts. Panel 5. Brian stirs, his eyes opening weakly. His voice is faint but audible. Brian's speech bubble, are you God? Panel 6. Freedom bursts out laughing, clutching her sides dramatically, while Peaceful rolls her eyes. Freedom, speech bubble, laughing God? Oh, that's rich. Peaceful, speech bubble, not even close. Panel 7. Journey, eclipse, steps forward, his expression calm, but with a hint of amusement. Journey, speech bubble, if we were God, you'd better start praying for us, too. Panel 8. Brian's head slumps back onto the ground as he mutters. Brian, speech bubble, groaning, guess I'll take that as a no. Panel 9. Freedom leans closer to Brian, her voice softening. Freedom, speech bubble, we're your guides, Sparky. Now pray to God that we're good at our job. The healing process. Panel 1. Peaceful begins to heal Brian, her hands glowing as she channels soothing energy. Brian's body slowly stops smoldering, though he winces in pain. Peaceful, speech bubble, rest now. You've taken quite the beating. Panel 2. Brian stirs, his eyes opening briefly. He tries to sit up but collapses again. Brian's speech bubble, weakly, what are you? Panel 3. Freedom crouches beside him, smirking. Freedom, speech bubble, we're the cavalry. You're welcome, by the way. Panel 4. Journey steps forward, arms crossed. Journey, speech bubble, we're digital remnants, eclipse last creation. Our worlds are gone, consumed by the fragment. Now, we're here to stop it. Panel 5. Brian looks at them, still weak, but managing a faint smile. Brian's speech bubble, thanks for saving me, even if you're not God. Panel 6. Freedom laughs again, ruffling Brian's hair. Freedom, speech bubble, we're a lot more fun than God, Sparky. Trust me. Rewriting Brian's identity. Panel 1. Wide shot of Freedom and Peaceful constructing a glowing digital shelter, vines and light forming an intricate dome around Brian. The jungle grows quieter as night falls. SFX. ZZZD build. Peaceful, speech bubble. We need to protect him. The fragment will come back. Panel 2. Freedom holds up a glowing device, her tone playful but decisive. Freedom, speech bubble, will need to change his name. His entire digital identity. Sparky's about to go undercover. Panel 3. Journey stands over Brian, who is unconscious again, his arm faintly glowing. Journey, speech bubble, Brian Arrington is gone. From now on, he's I.O. glitch, the key to stopping this nightmare. Panel 4. Close-up of Brian's wrist device as it flickers faintly, syncing with the new identity. Device, speech bubble, identity updated. I.O. glitch operational. Ending panel. Brian lies unconscious in the glowing shelter as Freedom, Peaceful, and Journey stand guard, their forms radiating quiet strength. Caption, narration box, the storm is building. The battle is just beginning. Chapter 5. The Multiverse Fractures, Part 1. Opening scene, the fragment's ascension. Panel 1. Wide shot of the fragment, a massive swirling void of Vantablack energy, floating in deep space. Tendrils of dark energy extend from its form, piercing into portals that connect the multiverses. Each tendril glows faintly, pulsing with chaotic energy. Caption, narration box, the fragment no longer hunted for just one universe. It reached into all. Panel 2. Close-up of the fragment's formless visage. Its energy crackles as it releases a low, guttural roar, vibrating the fabric of reality. Fragment, speech bubble. Where there is unity, I will bring division. Where there is light, only shadow will remain. Panel 3. The tendrils pierce through the barriers between universes, creating gateways. Faint glimpses of familiar worlds, Earth 616, Marvel, Earth Prime, DC, Planet Vegeta, DBZ, appear within each portal. Caption. Narration box. Its power spread across every reality, corrupting all it touched. Panel 4. A hero from the Marvel Universe, Thor, is struck by a tendril of dark energy. His body convulses as his vibrant glow fades, replaced by blackened veins and glowing red eyes. His hammer, Mjolnir, cracks and becomes a weapon of darkness. SFX. Crack crackle. Thor's speech bubble, I serve the void. Corruption spreads across universes. Panel 1. Wide shot of the Avengers Tower in shambles. Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow stand on the defensive as corrupted Thor descends upon them, wielding his darkened hammer. Iron Man's speech bubble, Thor. Stand down. What's gotten into you? Thor's speech bubble, distorted unity is a lie. Embrace the darkness. Panel 2. Close-up of Captain America raising his shield, preparing for Thor's strike. Behind him, civilians flee as dark tendrils erupt through the streets. Captain America, speech bubble, we don't back down. Not today. Panel 3. Cut to the DC Universe. The Justice League Watchtower orbits Earth. Inside, Superman and Wonder Woman look out the window, watching dark energy spread across the planet below. Superman's speech bubble, it's everywhere. Cities are falling. People are turning against each other. Wonder Woman's speech bubble, this darkness. It's like nothing we've ever faced before. Panel 4. Dark energy tendrils breach the Watchtower. Flash is the first to be hit, his speed turning erratic. He collapses as his body contorts, his lightning turning black and red. SFX. Zotsap crackle. Flash, speech bubble, distorted, it's in my mind. Panel 5. Cut to the Dragon Ball universe. Goku and Vegeta face off against a wave of dark energy spreading across planet Earth. Goku, speech bubble, this isn't normal ki. It feels alive. Vegeta, speech bubble, stop talking and fight. Panel 6. The energy strikes Vegeta, corrupting him first. His aura turns black and crimson, his eyes glowing red. He turns toward Goku, a malicious grin forming. Vegeta, speech bubble, distorted, you're next, Kakarot. Panel 7. Goku stands in shock as Vegeta lunges at him, their fists colliding in a shockwave that shakes the planet. SFX. Boom. Goku, speech bubble, Vegeta. Snap out of it. Chaos across dimensions. Panel 1. The Mushroom Kingdom, Nintendo Universe, is in chaos. Corrupted Bowser leads an army of darkened Goombas and Koopa as Princess Peach tries to rally the uncorrupted heroes. Peach, speech bubble, we can't let him take the castle. Mario, where are you? Panel 2. Mario arrives, but his once bright colors are muted. His eyes glow red, and his iconic hat bears the mark of the fragment. He steps forward, holding a corrupted fireball in his hand. Mario, speech bubble, distorted Peach, join the dark. Panel 3. In the Sony universe, Kratos, from God of War, stands against a corrupted Nathan Drake from Uncharted, their clash of weapons creating sparks of chaos. Kratos, speech bubble, you are not yourself, mortal. Stand down. Nathan Drake, speech bubble, distorted, there's no escape from the void. Panel 4. Minecraft characters look up in fear as the Ender Dragon, corrupted by dark energy, swoops down upon their villages, turning blocks to shadow. Villager NPC, speech bubble, HRRM. Video game rebellion. Panel 1. Players in various video games experience glitches as NPCs begin revolting. A generic FPS game shows soldiers breaking ranks, aiming their weapons at players. Player 1, speech bubble, is this a bug? NPC, speech bubble, no. This is your end. Panel 2. A racing game glitches, with corrupted cars ramming players off the track. SFX. Smash. Player 2, speech bubble, what the hell? My car just drove itself off the cliff. Panel 3. In an MMORPG, corrupted NPC bosses step outside their usual zones, attacking players en masse. Player 3, speech bubble, the raid's going rogue. They're not supposed to leave the dungeon. Corrupted boss, speech bubble, all worlds belong to the fragment. Dark alliances form. Panel 1. Villains from various universes gather, their faces grim. Some stand with the corrupted heroes, while others reluctantly form alliances to resist. Joker, DC, speech bubble, looks like someone's stealing my act. Loki, Marvel, speech bubble, we don't have time for your antics, clown. If we don't work together, none of us will survive. Panel 2. A corrupted Thor appears, slamming Mjolnir into the ground and silencing the bickering group. SFX, boom. Thor, speech bubble, your squabbles mean nothing. Bow to the void, or be consumed. Panel 3. The villains glance at each other uneasily. Joker smirks, holding up a deck of cards. Joker, speech bubble, well then let's make this fun. Panel 4. Cut to the uncorrupted survivors. Heroes from across universes, retreating to a hidden base. Among them are Wonder Woman, Iron Man, Peach, and an uncorrupted Goku, all looking battered but determined. Iron Man, speech bubble, we're losing too many. If we don't find the source of this darkness, it's over. Wonder Woman, speech bubble, we need allies, even the ones we can't trust. Ending panels. Panel 1. Wide shot of the fragment, its tendrils reaching further across the multiverse, spreading chaos. Fragment, speech bubble, all will bow. The multiverse belongs to me. Panel 2. Close-up of Brian, still unconscious in the jungle shelter, his wrist device flickering faintly. Caption, narration box. While darkness spreads, the last hope lies dormant. Panel 3. Freedom stands guard outside the shelter, looking at the glowing sky with a mix of curiosity and unease. Freedom, speech bubble, I hope you're ready, Sparky. The multiverse is falling apart. Chapter 5. The Multiverse Fractures, Part 2. Opening scene. Chaos in New York. Panel 1. A massive crack echoes through the skyline of New York as Dark Hulk, now an unstoppable force of chaos, crashes through Stark Tower. The building crumbles in on itself, debris falling in every direction. Dark Hulk stands at the epicenter, glowing with an unearthly red aura, eyes burning with rage. SFX. Crash. Dark Hulk. Speech bubble, is this your strongest? Pathetic. Panel 2. Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, and the rest of the Avengers charge toward Dark Hulk in unison, attempting a coordinated strike. Spider-Man and Captain Falcon strike, first combining webs and rockets to make a net to trap Dark Hulk, followed by a sonic blast from Black Widow's gauntlets and a shield throw from Captain America. The strike is a threefold attack designed to overwhelm Dark Hulk. SFX. Correct bomb. Iron Man, speech bubble, you've got no idea who you're messing with, Hulk. Black Panther leaps up from a pile or rubble and digs her claws into Dark Hulk, making him roar in pain. She holds on tight while letting off a kinetic energy blast from the suit, sending her off into the distance. Panel 3. Dark Hulk reacts with surprising speed, delivering a devastating punch that sends Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow flying backward. Their bodies crash into nearby buildings, sending debris scattering in all directions. The shockwave reverberates through the street. SFX. Bam. Crash. Captain Marvel, binary, speech bubble, this isn't Hulk. It's something worse. Panel 4. As Captain Marvel, now in her binary form, flies toward Dark Hulk, her energy flaring, she is blindsided by a powerful punch from the corrupted Hulk, knocking her out of the sky. SFX. Smash. Captain Marvel, speech bubble, not strong enough. Panel 5. Ms. Marvel quickly creates a protective energy shield to defend herself from Dark Hulk's wrath, just as he winds up for a devastating smash. SFX. Whoosh. Ms. Marvel, speech bubble, not today. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, distorted. You cannot protect yourself from me. Panel 6. Monica Rambeau, unable to stop her descent from the earlier impact, shoots upward to challenge Dark Hulk. In midair, she is caught by Dark Hulk's massive hand, his grip like iron, crushing her face. SFX. Crunch. Monica Rambeau, muffled scream, and then PH. Panel 7. In a desperate act, Monica releases a high-pitched signal of energy, sending a wave of distortion rippling through the air. The blast reverberates as Dark Hulk stumbles, disoriented. Monica manages to wriggle free, performing a backflip kick that sends the corrupted Hulk reeling into the sky. Monica Rambeau, speech bubble, that should slow you down. Panel 8. Captain Marvel, now recovering, grabs the energy shield created by Ms. Marvel and charges at Dark Hulk. Her determination ignites the shield, and she aims to use it to trap him. Captain Marvel, speech bubble, let's end this, Hulk. Dark Hulk's last stand. Panel 1. Captain Marvel attempts to seal Dark Hulk inside the shield, but just as it's about to close, Dark Hulk punches straight through it, his glowing red fist ripping the shield apart. He grabs Captain Marvel by the throat, his immense power overwhelming her. SFX. Crack. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, you are all insignificant. Captain Marvel, speech bubble, strained, we will stop you. Panel 2. With a violent motion, Dark Hulk hurls Captain Marvel through the ruined remains of Stark Tower, her body crashing into the wreckage. SFX. Smash. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, the void is all that remains. Panel 3. Monica Rambeau's signal explodes into the air, broadcasting a distress call. Monica Rambeau, speech bubble, distorted, come quickly. Cut to Libra Lamont's training. Panel 1. Libra Lamont, sweating and focused, practices using his powers in an expansive training room. His hands crackle with bioelectric energy as his movements grow sharper. He's midway through mastering his digital and bioelectric abilities, floating between the lines of reality and the digital multiverse. Journey, Eclipse. Narrating, focus, Libra. Your abilities aren't just physical. They extend across the multiverse, even to realms beyond this one. Panel 2. Libra remembers a conversation he had with Io Glitch, his mind flashing back to vivid memories of studying and meditating during the global pandemic. The flashes of mixed reality, a blend of past studies and present training, become clearer. Libra thinking, so this is all connected. My power, the multiverse, it's been within me all along. Panel 3. Libra misses a dodge as Freedom delivers a powerful kick to his side, sending him spiraling through the air. His body shatters into small digital cubes before reforming on the digital mat. SFX. Shatter. Freedom, playfully, you're getting slower, Sparky. Libra, grinning, getting up, you're fast, but I'm just warming up. Panel 4. Suddenly, an alert flashes on the screen, and Libra's attention shifts. He opens a digital portal to the source of the distress call, knowing he must act quickly. SFX. Bees hissing. Libra, determined, I'm coming. Hold on. Chapter 5. The Multiverse Fractures, Part 3. Libra Lamont's continued training. Panel 1. Libra Lamont stands at the center of a vast training room, sweat dripping down his face. His hands crackle with bright blue bioelectric energy as he focuses on his next move. Journey, Eclipse. Narrating, focus, Libra. Your power isn't just physical, it stretches beyond realms, across dimensions, and the multiverse. Panel 2. Journey, Eclipse, approaches, his body glowing with ethereal energy. He places his hand on Libra's shoulder, his voice calm but commanding. Journey, Eclipse. Speech bubble, I'm here to train with you now. It's time to learn how to master both your body and your mind. Combine them to control the multiverse's fabric. Libra, speech bubble, let's do this. Panel 3. Suddenly, Freedom and Peaceful step into the training room, their faces focused and determined. Freedom looks serious, her eyes narrowed in concentration, while Peaceful is smiling, clearly excited to get into combat mode. Freedom, speech bubble, time to put your new skills to the test, Libra. Peaceful, speech bubble, excited, I can't wait to see what you've got. Panel 4. The two teams prepare for a 2v2 battle. Libra and Journey square off against Freedom and Peaceful. The air is thick with anticipation. SFX. Whoosh. Libra, speech bubble, this is going to be intense. Panel 5. The battle erupts as Freedom launches herself at Libra, fists blazing. Peaceful and Journey clash in the background, both equally eager to test each other's strength. SFX. Bam. Pow. Crash. Panel 6. Libra narrowly dodges Freedom's punch, countering with a bioelectric blast, but Freedom is already moving, anticipating Libra's every move. Freedom, speech bubble, you've got to do better than that, Sparky. Libra, speech bubble, grinning, you're not going to like what's coming next. Panel 7. As Peaceful charges at Journey, Libra leaps into the air, spinning with energy, surrounding him. He unleashes a pulse of electricity that rattles the entire room. SFX. Zap. Journey, speech bubble, nice one. But let's see how they handle this. Digital hero and villain combat simulation. Panel 8. Suddenly, the simulation activates, and digital projections of famous heroes and villains begin to appear, fighting alongside and against the training team. SFX. Buzzed. Panel 9. Libra charges into the battle against a digital Mega Man, his bioelectric blade gleaming. He effortlessly rips off Mega Man's blaster arm, causing the robotic hero to collapse. SFX. Snap, asterisk. Mega Man's speech bubble. Distressed, W, what happened? Panel 10. Next, Libra slaps the digital Joker so hard that the villain's makeup flies off his face and splatters onto the nearby wall. SFX. Slap. Joker, speech bubble, stunned, CC crazy. Panel 11. Libra clashes fists with a dark version of Donkey Kong. The impact is so intense that the villain transforms into a baby ape with giant arms and a bow tie. SFX. Thud. Dark Donkey Kong, speech bubble. Bewildered, did I just? Panel 12. In the next clash, Libra grabs Dark Superman by the cape, choking him before slamming him onto the ground with a massive force. SFX. Smash. Dark Superman, speech bubble. Strained. Why, you'll pay for that. Panel 13. Libra spins around to face Storm, blocking her lightning with a shield of bioelectric energy, freezing it midair, then sending the energy back at her with a powerful surge. SFX. Bomb. Storm, speech bubble. Shocked. What? How? Panel 14. Libra faces a dark version of Link, breaking his sword with a swipe of his bioelectric blade. He follows it up with a powerful kick to Link's chest, sending him flying. SFX. Crack. Dark Link, speech bubble. Defeated. Impossible. Panel 15. The simulation ends as the characters disappear, fading back into digital nothingness. Journey turns to Libra, preparing for the next phase. Journey, Eclipse, speech bubble. Now that your body is ready, let's bring your mind and power together. It's time for the real training. The merge, becoming IO glitch. Panel 16. Journey leads Libra into a secondary room, where they sit in a circle. Journey hands Libra a pair of headphones. The atmosphere is serene, the room glowing with calm energy. Journey, Eclipse, speech bubble. This process requires meditation and astral projection. Focus. Let your mind open to the energy around you. Panel 17. Libra closes his eyes and begins to chant. Journey joins him, and together they start the meditation. Libra, speech bubble, our God, who art in heaven. Panel 18. A virtual cloud of energy forms around them. Libra's body begins to glow as the energy flows through his pores, exiting his mouth and nose in a cascade of light. Journey forms a ball of energy in his hands, consuming it until his entire form lights up, turning into smoke and merging with Libra. SFX. Whoosh. Panel 19. Libra's skin begins to spike with digital energy, glowing with a cybernetic light. His new body begins to form. A black hooded top, a starry jacket that shifts between the stars and digital patterns, black cargo pants, and boots. His mask flickers, digitally shifting. He holds two swords, one glowing with energy, the other crackling with data. Around his wrist is the IO glitch band, pulsing with power. Libra, speech bubble, amazed, I can feel the power flowing through me. Panel 20. Journey looks at Libra, his expression serious, yet encouraging. Journey, Eclipse, speech bubble, this power is connected to you. As long as you keep your energy balanced, we will stay together. If you fail to recharge, we'll separate, but your device controls the flow. With freedom, peaceful, and we can extend your power. Panel 21. Before Libra can respond, a massive shockwave interrupts the moment. Monica Rambeau's distress signal hits the group, sending a pulse through the air. Monica Rambeau, off panel, distress signal, see come quick. The multiverse. Panel 22. Libra stands up quickly, the power coursing through him as he rushes outside. The sky above shifts, breaking into a strange, digital pattern. Reality begins to warp, the boundaries of the multiverse tearing. Libra, speech bubble, determined, it's time to act. Panel 23. Libra raises his fist toward the sky, calling for action, but nothing happens. He looks back at Journey, Freedom, and Peaceful, who are all laughing. Freedom, speech bubble, chuckling, it doesn't work that way, goofy. Peaceful, speech bubble, laughing, you need an interface. Panel 24. Libra's face twists in confusion as he stands with his fists still raised, realizing they were right. Libra, speech bubble, grinning sheepishly, guess I've got a lot to learn. Final panel. The digital air above continues to shift as the team prepares for the chaos that's about to unfold. Libra, narrating, the multiverse is calling us. It's time to get active. Chapter 6. Interface, the first trial, Dark Hulk Part 1. Panel 1. Peaceful sits at a terminal, her fingers flying over the holographic keys. The soft hum of the equipment fills the air. Her face is serious as she manipulates data on the screen, running final checks. Peaceful, speech bubble, everything's ready. Just make sure you're mentally prepared, Libra. Panel 2. Libra stands in front of a glowing interface, his body tense as Freedom places a high-tech visor over his eyes. The visor flickers to life, showing streams of multiversal data as it syncs with his mind. Freedom, speech bubble, this will let you see through the interface. Focus. We're right behind you. Panel 3. Journey activates a row of monitors, his eyes scanning the screen as multiple universes flicker into view. He turns to Libra, explaining the mission with urgency. Journey, Eclipse, speech bubble, we're sending you in alone first, but we'll be right behind you. You can call us in with your band. Journey, Eclipse, pointing to Libra's wristband, this will keep you anchored. We have to secure the interface into the cloud before you get lost in time. Panel 4. Peaceful hands Libra a small, glowing chip. Her expression is focused, the weight of the moment pressing on her. Peaceful, speech bubble, I modified your device to hold timestamps of the universe. If things go wrong, you can reset to a past moment. But be warned, it will always create a new universe. No matter how small or big the change, it will ripple. Panel 5. Peaceful continues, her eyes serious. Peaceful, speech bubble, even something as small as collecting one more drop of water will alter the future. Like looking at an object, if you change the angle by even a tiny degree, the object shifts. The future is always affected. Panel 6. Libra nods, gripping the chip tightly in his hand, processing the weight of Peaceful's warning. Libra, speech bubble, I understand. I'll be careful. Panel 7. Suddenly, Freedom runs up to Libra, a playful smile on her face. She pulls him into a quick, passionate kiss. Freedom, speech bubble, playful, enjoy the ride, Libra. Make it back in one piece. Panel 8. Freedom steps back, hitting a large red button on the desk. The interface begins to glow, and the room shakes slightly as the connection is established. Freedom, speech bubble, excited, you're going in now. Panel 9. As Libra turns to ask one final question, Peaceful tosses a tracker at him. The moment the tracker touches his chest, the room begins to warp. Peaceful, speech bubble, stern, you'll need this to find your way back. Don't forget. Panel 10. Before Libra can react, his body suddenly flickers, and with a scream, he's pulled into the interface. His form turns into glowing energy, and he's sucked into the digital void. Sare. Panel 11. Freedom and Peaceful watch as Libra vanishes. Freedom looks at Peaceful, her face slightly worried. Freedom, speech bubble, nervously, maybe we should have told him it gets hot. Panel 12. Libra is now traveling through the interface. His form twists and spins, surrounded by a sea of fractured dimensions and colors that twist and shift like a kaleidoscope of galaxies. His device flashes to life, vibrating as he's pulled deeper into the unknown. Libra, thought bubble, disoriented. What the hell is this place? The heat. It's unbearable. Panel 13. Suddenly, Peaceful's voice echoes in his mind, cutting through the disorientation. Peaceful, communication bubble Libra, are you alright? We're sending you in to face Dark Hulk. Yeah, that Hulk. Peaceful, communication bubble, urgent, remnants of his chaos are scattered across the multiverse. We need you to get him to calm down and find the others. We don't know where or when the fragment will strike next. Panel 14. Libra's mind focuses as he speeds through the interface, his body moving at impossible speeds, hurtling toward his destination. The air around him is thick with digital energy. Libra, thought bubble, determined. I won't let them down. Time to get to work. Panel 15. Libra crashes onto the rooftop of a massive building, his landing shaking the structure. As he rises to his feet, he looks out across the city, completely devastated. Buildings are in ruins, smoke rising into the digital sky. Libra, thought bubble, this place, it's a war zone. Panel 16. Dark Hulk is smashing through the city below, his massive fist sending debris flying. His form is a twisted, digital version of the Hulk, all jagged edges and dark energy. SFX. Crash. Crash. Panel 17. Libra looks to his left and sees Spider-Man and Captain Falcon swinging past, ignoring Dark Hulk. The two heroes are too focused on their mission to even notice Libra. Libra's form glitches as he adjusts his digital body. Libra, thought bubble, I'm not waiting. Time to jump in. Panel 18. With a burst of bioelectric energy, Libra leaps off the building, his form streaking through the air, electricity crackling around him. He lands in front of Dark Hulk just as the monster turns its massive head to focus on him. SFX. Whoosh. Panel 19. Dark Hulk charges at Libra, the ground shaking with each step. Libra's body surges with energy as he prepares for the fight, his mind running through the abilities he's gained. Libra, thought bubble, focus, time to see how tough you are. Panel 20. Dark Hulk swings a massive fist at Libra, who dodges with incredible speed, his bioelectric energy flashing as he spins around and strikes with a blast of pure power. SFX. Zap. Panel 21. The blast impacts Dark Hulk, sending him stumbling back, but the Hulk roars in fury, the digital landscape around him warping as his power increases. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, enraged, you won't stop me. Panel 22. Libra faces off with the raging Dark Hulk, every move precise, his body a blur of motion as he counters every attack. But despite his speed, Dark Hulk keeps coming, each punch more devastating than the last. SFX, crack, boom, slam. Panel 23. Libra's device flickers, and Peaceful's voice crackles in his ear. Peaceful, communication bubble, Libra, we're almost there. Hold on. Panel 24. Libra grits his teeth, his body straining as Dark Hulk roars and charges again. Just as Dark Hulk's fist comes crashing down toward him, Libra twists, his energy surging, and his form flickers as he calls on his last reserves. Libra, speech bubble, determined, I'm not going down like this. Panel 25. Just as the blow lands, Libra's body turns into a burst of energy, the impact shaking the entire rooftop. He reappears moments later, his body glowing with even more power. The battle rages on. Final panel. Journey remains silent, his eyes focused on the battle unfolding on the monitors. His fingers hover over the controls, waiting for the moment to intervene, but not yet. Libra has to prove himself first. Chapter 6. Interface, the first trial, Dark Hulk, Clash of Titans, the Multiversal Showdown Part 2. Panel 1. Libra and Dark Hulk are locked in an epic battle. Their blows create shockwaves that rattle the city. Libra punches, kicks, and blasts the dark entity with all his might, but Dark Hulk retaliates with equal force. Every hit from the Hulk sends Libra sliding back, his energy shield flickering. SFX. Bam. Crack. Kapow. Libra, thought bubble, this is harder than I thought. I can't keep this up forever. Panel 2. Libra lands a powerful punch to Dark Hulk's chest, but the Hulk's roar sends a shockwave that knocks him back, and the ground around him cracks. Dark Hulk grins wickedly, unfazed by the attack. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, taunting, is this your best? Pathetic. Panel 3. Libra takes a deep breath and charges again, his bioelectric energy surging. He punches, kicks, and blasts, trying to wear the Hulk down, but each attack is met with equal force. His energy levels are draining quickly. Libra, thought Bubble, struggling, damn, this is my first battle, and it feels like I'm already losing. Panel 4. Dark Hulk laughs, his voice deep and thunderous, as he charges up for another devastating punch. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, laughing, your first battle? You'll learn quick. Only the strong survive here. Panel 5. From the wreckage of the city, other Marvel heroes begin to emerge, looking on in confusion as Libra and Dark Hulk continue their clash. Captain Falcon hovers above, his jetpack flaring, while Spider-Man swings by, his webs tangled in the digital chaos. Spider-Man, speech bubble, confused, who's this guy? And why is the Hulk going ballistic? Captain Falcon, speech bubble, cautious, I don't know, but something's off here. Panel 6. Freedom and Journey burst into the battle, charging headfirst to help Libra. Freedom is all fire and confidence as she activates her own energy blasts, while Journey's power hums with purpose. Freedom, speech bubble, excited, you're not alone, Libra. Let's take him down. Journey, speech bubble, focused, don't think we're done just yet, Hulk. Panel 7. Peaceful, however, strolls in casually, waving at everyone. She's smiling brightly, holding a multiversal hero notebook. Peaceful, speech bubble, cheerful. Hey there, we're from the multiverse. I tried getting some autographs earlier, but, you know, these guys are hard to catch. Journey, speech bubble, exasperated, peaceful, not now. We're fighting for our lives here. Panel 8. The heroes' combined efforts barely make a dent in Dark Hulk's destructive rampage. Every attack is absorbed or countered with brutal force. Libra's body flickers as his digital form struggles to keep up, while Dark Hulk roars in fury. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, mocking, is that all you've got? Pathetic. I will destroy everything. Panel 9. Libra staggers back, gasping for breath, his energy flickering low. He looks at the wreckage, and then back at Dark Hulk, realizing they're not getting anywhere with raw power. Libra, thought Bubble, exhausted, we need a different approach. There has to be a way to stop him, without destroying the whole city. Panel 10. Suddenly, an idea strikes him. He calls out to Dark Hulk, his voice steady despite his exhaustion. Libra, speech bubble, challenging, hey Hulk, enough of the destruction. Let's settle this, with a competition. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, confused, a competition? What are you talking about? Libra, speech bubble, smirking, an arm wrestling competition. Best 2 out of 3. Panel 11. Dark Hulk grins widely, caught off guard by Libra's audacity, but intrigued by the challenge. He lowers his massive form to a bench, tearing apart a nearby slab of concrete to create a table. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, amused, you think you can win this? I'll crush you. Panel 12. Libra sits across from Dark Hulk, his expression determined. His body is still battered from the fight, but he's not backing down. He places his hand on the makeshift table, glancing at his band, ready for anything. Libra, speech bubble, confident, let's do this. Panel 13. The two massive beings lock arms, their muscles straining as they push against each other. The ground shakes beneath them as energy pulses in the air. SFX. Crack. Boom. Panel 14. The competition is fierce, both sides pushing with everything they have. Libra feels his muscles burning, but he's driven by determination. Dark Hulk is enraged, using every bit of his power to overwhelm him. Libra, thought bubble, focused, I can't give in. In. I have to win this. Panel 15. The fight is intense, and with each moment, the table cracks more, but Libra manages to hold his ground. Dark Hulk is close to winning, his rage bubbling up to a boiling point. Dark Hulk, speech bubble, enraged, you're weak. I'll destroy you. Panel 16. Suddenly, a surge of energy bursts from Libra. His device flickers and activates the IO glitch's energy within him. His form glitches, flickering in and out as he digs deep, his hand pushing back against Dark Hulk's massive grip. SFX. BZ. Zap. Panel 17. With a final surge of strength, Libra slams Dark Hulk's hand down onto the table, sending a shockwave through the city. The force is so intense that Dark Hulk is sent flying, crashing 100 feet into the ground with an earth-shaking impact. SFX. Kaboom. Panel 18. Libra stands, panting and victorious. His body is covered in digital scars, but he's still standing. Dark Hulk lies in the crater, defeated, but not out of the fight. The other heroes stare in awe. Spider-Man, speech bubble, impressed, whoa, didn't see that coming. Captain Falcon, speech bubble, amazed, that was insane. Who is this guy? Panel 19. The rest of the crew rushes in, binding Dark Hulk with specialized energy restraints to prevent his rampage from continuing. As they work, the Marvel heroes start to gather around, curious, but still cautious. Panel 20. Just as the crew finishes securing Dark Hulk, Journey steps forward, his expression unreadable. He walks up to Libra, who is still catching his breath. Journey's speech bubble, calm, time to go, Libra. Panel 21. Before anyone can react, a blinding light envelopes the group. The scene shifts, and they vanish from the battlefield, leaving the heroes behind in stunned silence. SFX. Whoosh. Final panel. The group reappears in their lab on the island. The atmosphere is quiet as they catch their breath. The multiversal threat is momentarily subdued, but the questions about Libra's origins and the dark energy they've just faced remain unanswered. Journey's speech bubble, to Libra, the fragment's shadow. Panel 1. The group reappears in their lab on the island, bathed in a soft glow of monitors and interface screens. The atmosphere is heavy as they catch their breath. Libra slumps into a chair, his glowing digital scars dimming. Journey, speech bubble, well done, but this is far from over. Panel 2. Freedom stands at a console, scrolling through a cascade of multiversal alerts. The screen displays broken universes, corrupted heroes, and fractures spreading like wildfire. Her jaw tightens, her resolve clear. Freedom, speech bubble, the alerts aren't stopping. The fragment is moving too fast. I'm going to handle one of these myself. Panel 3. Journey spins around, alarmed, while Peaceful twirls a holographic pen between her fingers, lounging at her station. Journey's speech bubble, freedom, don't. The fragment's influence is too strong. You can't take it on alone. Peaceful, speech bubble, casual, relax. I'll track the collapsing universes and keep everything running here. Someone's gotta manage this chaos. Panel 4. Freedom straps on her visor, a confident smirk crossing her face. Her energy glows faintly as she moves toward the exit. Freedom, speech bubble, I'll be fine. You two stay here and focus on Libra's recovery. This mission's mine. Panel 5. Peaceful spins back to her monitors, now displaying a multiverse map. Red pulsating markers flash across dimensions, indicating the fragment's rapid spread. Peaceful, speech bubble, serious. It's insane how fast the fragment's moving. It's consuming universes like they're nothing. Panel 6. Journey leans over Peaceful's shoulder, his expression grim as he watches the red markers multiply. Peaceful, speech bubble, it doesn't just destroy, it absorbs. Every life it consumes fuels its power. Every trait, thought, and emotion becomes part of it. Journey's speech bubble, it's like a growing hive mind. The more it takes, the stronger and smarter it becomes. Panel 7. Libra suddenly bolts from his seat, clutching his stomach, and stumbles toward a trash can. He vomits violently, prompting Peaceful to turn and giggle while Journey cringes. Libra, speech bubble, frustrated, don't ever put me in a fight like that again without warning me. First battle or not. That was insane. Did you see how massive he was? He broke the entire Avengers team. Panel 8. Peaceful smirks, twirling her holographic pen. Peaceful, speech bubble, teasing, well, Spidey in his tighties and Falcon were there. So technically, you weren't alone. Journey's speech bubble cutting in time was short. Waiting would have cost more lives. I'm sorry, Libra. Panel 9. Libra sighs, waving them off as he stumbles into a glowing recovery chamber. The machine hums to life, streams of light scanning his body as his energy begins to recharge. Libra, speech bubble, muttering, I'm going to rest. Wake me up when it's over. Panel 10. Suddenly, a loud alert blares across the lab. Peaceful smile vanishes as she leaps to her feet, frantically pulling up data on her monitors. Distorted audio signals flood the air. SFX. Beep. Beep. Superwoman audio help. Panel 11. Journey rushes over, his face growing tense as Peaceful displays live footage from the Justice League's universe. The screen shows corrupted Superman holding Superwoman and Wonder Woman high above LexCorp Tower. Batman, fully overtaken by the fragment, looms in the shadows, his dark energy pulsing. Peaceful, speech bubble, panicked, the Justice League's under attack. The fragments got them. Panel 12. On screen, corrupted Flash appears in a blur, wearing a twisted version of Green Lantern's ring. He drops the unconscious Superwoman and Wonder Woman at Superman and Batman's feet before vanishing into the shadows. Corrupted Flash, speech bubble, this darkness moves faster than light. Panel 13. Superman grabs the unconscious heroines and rockets into the sky. His glowing eyes pulse with red and green as his voice booms with corruption. Corrupted Superman, speech bubble, now the heroes will fall. I'll blast them through this rock and prove I'm the ultimate. Panel 14. As Wonder Woman and Superwoman plummet toward the ground, Superman fires a deadly I-beam toward them, the air sizzling with power. SFX. Zazup. Panel 15. Lex Luthor stands below, frantically trying to recalibrate a mind control device. His face is drenched in sweat, panic etched into every feature. Lex Luthor, speech bubble, shouting, he's a madman. I wasn't finished with my plans. Panel 16. Corrupted Batman squints, his corrupted voice cold and emotionless. He pulls out a batarang and throws it with deadly precision, impaling Lex in the back. Blood pools around Lex as he collapses, paralyzed. Corrupted Batman, speech bubble, I am the dark. You are now a witness. Panel 17. Batman vanishes into the shadows as Lex gasps for breath, unable to move. SFX. Whoosh. Panel 18. Superwoman regains consciousness mid-fall. She sees the I-beam approaching but cannot break free from Superman's throw. She lets out a scream so loud it creates a shockwave that ripples through space. SFX. Scree. Panel 19. Peaceful's monitors light up with the escalating chaos. She looks to Journey with urgency. Peaceful, speech bubble, we need to move fast. If Superman's this far gone, there's no telling how much worse it'll get. Panel 20. Journey runs to Libra's recovery chamber, pounding on the side to wake him. Libra groans, blinking groggily as his IO glitch band flickers faintly, showing an energy level of 72%. Journey's speech bubble, get up, Libra. Superman's corrupted, and Wonder Woman and Superwoman are about to die. Libra, speech bubble, groaning, you're kidding me, right? After Dark Hulk, you think 72% energy is enough for this? Panel 21. Libra reluctantly steps out of the chamber, rolling his shoulders. Peaceful approaches with a glowing device in her hand. Before handing it over, she plants a quick kiss on Journey's cheek, catching him off guard. Peaceful, speech bubble, softly, in our own worlds, we never met. But in this one, we're together fighting Superman. Good luck. Oh, and kryptonite doesn't work. Bye. Panel 22. Libra and Journey exchange wide-eyed looks, their shock interrupted by Peaceful activating the interface. SFX. Libra, speech bubble, panicked. Wait, what do you mean kryptonite doesn't work? Panel 23. The interface engulfs them in swirling light, pulling their forms into a digital vortex. Peaceful, speech bubble, teasing, see you soon. Don't die. Panel 24. As Peaceful watches them vanish, she conjures a holographic lollipop, casually twirling it between her fingers. She shifts her gaze to another monitor showing Freedom's location. Peaceful, speech bubble softly. Time to follow up on Freedom. Things are about to get messy. Chapter 8. Into the Fragment's Grip. Panel 1. Peaceful sits at her terminal, her fingers dancing across the holographic controls as multiple monitors display Freedom's signal. Her face is tense with worry as she struggles to establish a stable connection. Peaceful, speech bubble, frustrated. Come on, Freedom. I know you're out there. Why can't I get through? Panel 2. On one of the monitors, Freedom's figure flickers in and out of view. She stands on the edge of a crumbling cityscape, scanning her wristband as she speaks into her radio. Freedom, speech bubble, peaceful. This universe is new on my radar. I'm sending the data now, but I need supplies ASAP. Panel 3. The screen glitches as Freedom's message begins to transmit. Multiple errors flash across Peaceful's monitors, the message corrupting as a strange data block flows through the stream. SFX. BZ. Crackle. Peaceful. Speech bubble. Alarmed. What the? Freedom. Something's interfering with the signal. Panel 4. A massive data block materializes around Freedom in the interface. The glowing mass pulses ominously, and without warning, it engulfs her, forcibly ejecting her from the digital stream. Freedom. Speech bubble. Yelling peaceful. Something's AH. SFX. Wish. Panel 5. Freedom crashes into a world consumed by the fragment. The skies are pitch black, and the ground is scorched and twisted. Shattered buildings rise like jagged teeth, and glowing remnants swarm toward her. Freedom. Speech bubble. Groaning. Where the hell am I now? Panel 6. Peaceful stares at her monitor in horror as Freedom's signal vanishes completely. The universe she was tracking flickers out of existence on the multiverse map. Peaceful. Speech bubble. Screaming no. No, no, no. I lost her. Panel 7. Freedom gets to her feet, her wristband sparking as she tries to fix the connection. Remnant beings, twisted and glowing with dark energy, begin to surround her, their shapes shifting unnaturally as they close in. Freedom, speech bubble, swearing, damn it. Come on, work. Peaceful, can you hear me? Remnant, speech bubble, distorted, you do not belong here. Panel 8. Freedom grits her teeth, her energy flaring as she activates her combat systems. She lunges forward, delivering a powerful blast to the nearest remnant, scattering it into particles. SFX. Boom. Zap. Freedom, speech bubble, determined, then let's make this quick. Panel 9. The remnants attack, their dark energy whipping toward Freedom. She ducks and counters with a flurry of strikes and blasts, but they keep coming. SFX. Crackle. Slash. Whoosh. Freedom, thought bubble, there's too many of them. I need gear now. Panel 10. Freedom spots a destroyed battleship buried in the rubble. She sprints toward it, remnants swarming behind her. Freedom, speech bubble, panting, if there's anything left inside, I need to find it fast. Panel 11. Inside the battleship, Freedom frantically searches through the wreckage, finding a weapon crate. She yanks it open and pulls out a glowing plasma rifle. SFX. Clink. Freedom, speech bubble, relieved, finally, something useful. Panel 12. The remnants close in, surrounding the ship. Freedom fires the plasma rifle, blasting through them as she retreats with the crate. SFX. Zap. Boom. Freedom, speech bubble, yelling, you're not stopping me. Panel 13. Peaceful's terminal flashes with new data as she makes a breakthrough. She pinpoints Freedom's location and initiates the teleportation sequence. Peaceful, speech bubble, focused, hang on, Freedom. I've got you. Panel 14. The teleportation fails the first time, sparks flying from the controls. Peaceful curses, her hands moving frantically to stabilize the connection. SFX. BZ. Error. Peaceful. Speech bubble. Panicked. Come on, come on. Panel 15. Freedom continues to fight, blood dripping from a wound on her arm. A remnant manages to slash her, leaving a glowing fragment mark seared onto her skin. SFX. Slash. Freedom. Speech bubble. Wincing. Damn it. Panel 16. Peaceful tries again, and finally locks onto Freedom. The teleportation beam surrounds her just as the remnants surge forward. SFX. Freedom. Speech bubble. Yelling, not without this. Panel 17. Freedom grabs a small box from the battleship as she's pulled into the teleportation beam. A remnant's claw grazes her side as she vanishes, leaving a trail of glowing blood behind. SFX. Zap. Panel 18. Freedom reappears in the lab, collapsing onto the floor, the box clutched tightly in her hand. Peaceful rushes to her side, her face a mix of relief and horror as she sees the glowing mark on Freedom's arm. Peaceful, speech bubble, panicked, you're hurt. That's the fragment's mark. Freedom, speech bubble, weakly, yeah, well, they didn't exactly roll out the welcome mat. Panel 19. Peaceful helps Freedom to her feet, her voice trembling. Peaceful, speech bubble, you shouldn't have survived that. I thought I lost you for good. Freedom, speech bubble, smirking, takes more than some twisted nightmare creatures to take me down. Final panel. The glowing mark on Freedom's arm pulses faintly as she looks at Peaceful, her smirk fading into a more serious expression. Freedom, speech bubble, but I think I brought more than just a souvenir. Chapter 8. The Fragment's Grip, Part 2. Panel 1. Freedom lies on a medical table, her body limp and drenched in sweat. Her arm and side glow faintly where the fragment's mark, now resembling jagged tears, pulses ominously. Peaceful is at her side, operating with precision using several small hovering robotic helpers. Peaceful, speech bubble, calming. You're going to be okay, Freedom. I've got you. Panel 2. Freedom grits her teeth, her body trembling in immense pain. One of the robotic helpers projects a beam of light over her arm, scanning the tear and isolating its corrupt energy. SFX. Z's. Freedom, speech bubble, weakly, feels like fire. You sure you've got me, Peaceful? Peaceful, speech bubble always. Panel 3. Peaceful reaches out, holding Freedom's trembling hand while the robots continue working. In her other hand, she activates her wrist communicator, sending a message to Libra and Journey. Peaceful, speech bubble, focus, this is Peaceful. Freedom's injured, badly. She fell into a fragment world. I'm stabilizing her now. Panel 4. On the communicator screen, Libra and Journey appear, both looking concerned. Journey is in his Eclipse form, battle mode, his energy flaring as he fights off corrupted minions in the Justice League's universe. Libra, speech bubble, alarmed. Do we need to abort? We can come back. Journey, speech bubble. Urgent, say the word. Peaceful. Panel 5. Peaceful shakes her head, her face determined as she continues working on Freedom's arm. Peaceful, speech bubble, no. You need to stop Superman. But get back here as soon as possible, and find medical supplies if you can. Panel 6. Freedom weakly tries to speak, her voice barely audible. Freedom, speech bubble. Faint, the box, check the box. Panel 7. Peaceful glances toward the box Freedom brought back, still sitting on the counter, glowing faintly. She hesitates, her attention snapping back to Freedom as her condition worsens. Peaceful, speech bubble, muttering not now. Focus, Peaceful. One crisis at a time. Panel 8. As Peaceful continues to work, Freedom suddenly spasms, her voice distorting into the chilling tones of a remnant. Freedom, speech bubble, distorted, I have her. It's only a matter of time before she becomes whole, and you're next. Panel 9. Freedom's eyes flash with dark energy, and her distorted voice grows colder. Freedom, speech bubble, distorted. You won't even be a memory. Panel 10. Freedom's body goes limp, and she passes out. Peaceful swallows hard, her hands trembling as she resumes working, trying to suppress her panic. Peaceful, speech bubble, muttering. You're not taking her, you bastard. Not while I'm here. Panel 11. Peaceful focuses on a tear on Freedom's arm, carefully isolating it with a containment beam from one of the robotic helpers. SFX. Were. VCD. Peaceful, thought bubble, if I can restore her body to a previous state. Maybe I can heal this. Panel 12. As Peaceful begins working on the tear on Freedom's side, a sharp burst of dark energy erupts from it. A remnant claw-like projection shoots toward Peaceful, aiming to corrupt her. SFX. Crackle. Whoosh. Panel 13. Peaceful reacts quickly, dodging the energy and activating a containment field from the robot helpers. The remnant claw is caught, thrashing violently within the containment. SFX. Zap. Peaceful, speech bubble, furious. Oh, no, you don't. Stay put. I've got plans for you. Panel 14. Peaceful slaps the side of Freedom's wound out of frustration, forgetting it's still on her body. Freedom winces in her unconscious state, her body jolting slightly. SFX. Slap. Freedom, speech bubble, faint ah. Peaceful, speech bubble, gasping. Oh crap, sorry. Panel 15. After several grueling days, Peaceful finally stabilizes Freedom. She scans her body one last time, confirming there is no longer any corruption. SFX. Beep. Beep. Peaceful, speech bubble, relieved, scans clear. No corruption. You're safe now, Freedom. Panel 16. Peaceful sits beside Freedom, who is still unconscious, but breathing steadily. She brushes Freedom's hair back, her voice soft. Peaceful speech bubble, gently. You need more rest. You've earned it. Panel 17. The robots continue monitoring Freedom's vitals as Peaceful steps away to check her monitors. She pulls up a live feed of Libra and Journey in the Justice League's universe. Panel 18. The feed shows Libra, his body glowing with IO glitch energy, battling corrupted Superman alongside Journey in his eclipse form. The two fight fiercely, dodging Superman's devastating attacks. SFX on monitor boom. Crackle. Peaceful speech bubble softly. Don't screw this up, you two. We're running out of miracles. Final panel. Peaceful glances back at Freedom, her expression a mix of worry and exhaustion. The robots hover quietly, maintaining the room's stillness as the glow from the fragment's mark fades completely. Peaceful, thought bubble the fragment's grip is getting stronger, and it's only the beginning. Chapter 9. Collision of Titan's Dark Justice. Panel 1. Scene. A vast sky crackles with dark energy, split by a streak of crimson lightning as Dark Superman, his form hulking and twisted by corruption, unleashes a beam from his glowing red eyes. It pierces the air, heading straight for Wonder Woman and Superwoman, who are plummeting toward Earth, unconscious and vulnerable. SFX. Crackle. Zazup. IO glitch speech bubble. Journey. We need to move. Panel 2. Scene. Journey, now fully morphed into his eclipse battle form, taps IO glitch's shoulder. A surge of bioelectric and cybernetic energy erupts from them both as they launch from the ground with a sonic boom, heading straight for the falling women. SFX. Whoosh. Panel 3. Scene. As IO glitch races toward the women, a dark, jagged grapple line shoots from the shadows. It latches onto his leg, jerking him violently downward. Dark Batman, his silhouette barely visible beneath the shuddering, corrupted black and purple glow, pilots the Batwing. The craft is spiked and distorted, resembling a twisted nightmare. Batman's eyes shine a bright, unsettling red as he taunts them from above. Dark Batman, speech bubble, you're in my world now. Panel 4. Scene. The grapple pulls IO glitch toward a building, crashing him through layer after layer of concrete, creating a trail of destruction. The Batwing lifts IO glitch high into the sky, its engines roaring. Dark Batman, with a twisted laugh, watches as the chaos unfolds, his glowing eyes burning with fury. SFX. Crash. Crack. Dark Batman, speech bubble, where the hell did you come from? Panel 5. Scene. Eclipse dives through the chaos, placing himself between Wonder Woman and Superwoman just in time to form a glowing, cybernetic shield. Dark Superman, still seething with rage, intensifies his I-beam, his whole body pulsing with corrupted power. Dark Superman, speech bubble, you bastards don't stand a chance. Panel 6. Scene. As the Batwing locks onto Eclipse, rockets fire from its belly. The cybernetic hero's sensors alert him to the incoming threat. His form blazes with concentrated energy as he focuses, his body glowing brighter as he redirects one rocket back toward Batman's Batwing and the other toward Dark Superman, continuing to push forward toward the women. SFX. Z's. Panel 7. Scene. One rocket veers back toward the Batwing, while the other rockets toward Dark Superman. The final missile barrels toward the women, still falling, leaving Eclipse a split second to act. SFX. Whoosh. Panel 8. Scene. Dark Batman, cackling, dodges the reflected rocket, weaving the Batwing through the sky, and quickly prepares for another attack. IO glitch, with a look of determination, charges his wristband with bioelectric energy. He zaps through the grapple line, his body crackling with power. IO glitch, speech bubble, journey. Get him in position. Panel 9. Scene. Eclipse, now soaring higher, dodges incoming fire and maneuvers to lead the Batwing into the path of Dark Superman's deadly beam. IO glitch meditates midair, his form glowing faintly as his energy stabilizes. Eclipse, speech bubble, right on target. Panel 10. Scene. Dark Superman, spotting IO glitch, roars in fury and intensifies his beam. He pushes forward through the air, his corrupted body thrumming with raw energy. IO glitch, realizing the incoming collision, extends his hands in a peaceful gesture. IO glitch, speech bubble, hey man, I'm IO glitch. We're here to help stop the fragment's corruption. Panel 11. Scene. Dark Superman's eyes flare with intensity as he punches IO glitch, the impact causing the hero to glitch violently, his body flickering between reality and distortion. Superman grabs IO by the neck, lifting him off the ground and holding him in front of the deadly beam aimed at Wonder Woman and Superwoman. Dark Superman, speech bubble, you will all die. The remnants will not lose. You can join us or vanish. SFX. Crunch. Panel 12. Scene. Dark Superman holds IO Glitch in front of the beam, and with a wicked laugh, he begins to unleash his full power, watching as the beam reaches its target. Dark Superman's speech bubble goodbye, stranger. Panel 13. Scene. As IO Glitch falls, a burst of bioelectric energy radiates from him. With a sudden movement, he flips Superman off with a glowing, bioelectric middle finger. In the next instant, he teleports behind Dark Superman and delivers a devastating air dropkick that slams the corrupted hero into the Batwing. IO Glitch, speech bubble miss me? SFX. Tum. Panel 14. Scene. Eclipse, fully charged, overloads his energy, releasing a concentrated blast into the Batwing. At the same time, IO Glitch grabs the rocket from some of the falling wreckage, launching it to the ship. Eclipse, speech bubble, overloading, now. SFX. Zazup. Panel 15. Scene. The Batwing, struck by the explosion and the beam, erupts in a massive shockwave. The twisted craft disintegrates as both Dark Superman's beam and the energy blast tear through it. The shockwave knocks everyone back, sending debris scattering across the battlefield. Panel 12. Scene. The Batwing, recovering, prepares its next attack. Batman fires a barrage of EMP drones from his gauntlet, creating a magnetic field that pulls in debris and energy from around the battlefield. He sends the floating debris crashing toward the heroes. Dark Batman's speech bubble, let's see how you deal with this. Panel 13. Scene. Eclipse charges forward, his body glowing brighter with every step. He slices through the magnetic debris with his blade, each movement precise and controlled, the field of energy around him crackling with intensity. Eclipse, speech bubble, you'll have to do better than that. Panel 14. Scene. Dark Superman, having recovered, fires a massive laser beam from his eyes, aiming to disintegrate IO Glitch. The beam hits its target, but IO Glitch raises his shield just in time, absorbing most of the impact. He stumbles but holds his ground. SFX. ZZ. IO Glitch, speech bubble, I'm not going down that easily, Superman. Panel 15. Scene. With a mighty roar, Dark Superman tackles IO Glitch, throwing him through a nearby building, sending debris flying. Meanwhile, Dark Batman, ejecting from his ship, aims his gauntlet at Eclipse, sending out waves of electric energy, electrocuting the cybernetic hero. SFX. Crackle. ZZZ. Eclipse, speech bubble, you're going to regret that, Batman. Panel 16. IO Glitch, speech bubble, gotcha. Panel 16. Scene. IO Glitch narrowly dodges a devastating punch from Dark Superman, who flies by with incredible force. IO Glitch twists his body in midair, narrowly avoiding the blow, but as he attempts to stabilize, Eclipse rushes in to help. However, Dark Batman intercepts him mid-flight with a powerful kick, sending Eclipse crashing down into the street below. Dark Flash takes this opportunity to trap IO Glitch in his infinite punch loop, each punch landing with overwhelming speed. IO Glitch, gritting his teeth in pain. Damn it, no escape. Panel 17. Scene. IO Glitch is still stuck in the infinite punch loop as Dark Flash lands blow after blow. IO Glitch is rocked by each punch, unable to counter or escape. Meanwhile, Dark Superman, now enraged by the escape of IO Glitch, targets Eclipse and flies straight at him. IO Glitch grimacing, struggling. I can't hold on much longer. Panel 18. Scene. Dark Superman charges at Eclipse, his fist glowing with energy. With a devastating uppercut, he launches Eclipse high into the air, his body crashing into the sky with brutal force. As Eclipse falls, Dark Superman follows up with a violent blast of heat vision, slicing through Eclipse's body with brutal precision. Eclipse cries out in pain, but Dark Superman isn't done yet. He flies toward IO Glitch, still trapped in the punch loop, and with a cold, calculating look, he grabs IO Glitch by the throat, lifting him off the ground as his eyes glow brighter, preparing to burn him alive with his heat vision. IO Glitch, gasping for air, choking. No, please stop. Panel 19. Scene. Dark Superman holds IO Glitch in the air by his throat, his grip tightening as he powers up his heat vision. The intense heat begins to burn IO Glitch's skin, and the pain intensifies. IO Glitch struggles to break free, but he's trapped in Dark Flash's loop and Dark Superman's grip. IO Glitch screams in pain, but it's muffled by the pressure on his neck. IO Glitch, struggling, muffled. I can't take it. Panel 20. Scene. With IO Glitch's body starting to burn from the intense heat vision, Dark Superman intensifies the attack. The glowing lasers start to burn into IO Glitch's eyes, the pain unbearable. IO Glitch, weakened and desperate, knows that he's moments away from being destroyed. But as the lasers intensify, something within him awakens. He can't let it end this way. With everything he has left, he activates his rewind ability. I.O. glitch, muttering with fear. No, I won't. Let it end here. Panel 21. Scene. As I.O. glitch activates his rewind ability, time begins to reverse. The attacks freeze in place. Dark Flash's punches halt midair, and Dark Superman's lasers stop just short of I.O. glitch's eyes. The entire scene is frozen in time as I.O. glitch and Eclipse take the opportunity to escape the deadly fate that loomed over them. Everything starts to rewind, giving them a second chance to alter the outcome. Panel 21 to 2. Scene. Eclipse, now fully charged, teleports above Dark Batman, grabbing him by the shoulders and hurling him into the ground. The impact creates a shockwave, shaking the battlefield. Batman's gauntlet fizzles out as he struggles to rise. Eclipse, speech bubble, you're not winning this fight, Batman. Panel 21 to 3. Scene. Dark Superman, now rewound, still reeling from I.O. glitch's dodge lands on the street, charges back up, glowing with even more power. He unleashes a devastating punch at I.O. glitch, sending the hero flying. Dark Superman, speech bubble, this ends now. Panel 21 to 4. Scene. Eclipse grabs I.O. glitch in midair before he hits the ground, teleporting both of them to safety. They land hard but recover quickly, their combined energy stabilizing. Dark Superman, now enraged, prepares his next attack. I.O. glitch, speech bubble, keep him busy, Journey. I'm ready to end this. Eclipse, speech bubble, let's finish this. Panel 21 to 5. Scene. With a final burst of energy, both heroes charge forward, their powers combined in a dazzling display of light and force. Dark Superman and Dark Batman recovers. They stand firm, preparing for the impending clash. The energy from both sides crackles as the battle reaches its boiling point. I.O. glitch, speech bubble, this time it's for real. Chapter 9, Collision of Titans Dark Justice, Part 2. Panel 21. Scene. Dark Superman and Dark Batman stand meters apart from Wonder Woman. Superwoman, who now recovered, stand beside I.O. glitch and Eclipse. Batwoman providing overwatch from other dangers. Tension crackles in the air as everyone readies for the next round. Suddenly, Wonder Woman's golden lasso of truth shoots forward, wrapping around both Dark Superman and Dark Batman. Wonder Woman, speech bubble, let's end this madness. Panel 22. Scene. Wonder Woman begins swinging the lasso, her strength spinning both corrupted heroes. However, Superman's free hand grabs the lasso mid-swing, halting her momentum. A wicked grin crosses his face as he starts pulling her in. Dark Superman, speech bubble, you're strong, Diana, but you're not strong enough. Panel 23. Scene. I.O. glitch and Eclipse shout, their hands glowing with energy. I.O. glitch, speech bubble, Diana, stay back. Eclipse, speech bubble, he's too strong. Panel 24. Scene. Fueled by rage, Superwoman defies their warnings. She rockets forward, fists clenched, unleashing a flurry of punches and kicks at both Dark Superman and Dark Batman. Her movements are so fast that she creates a tornado, whipping up debris and throwing the corrupted heroes off balance. SFX. Whoosh. Bam. Thud. Superwoman, speech bubble, monsters. Panel 25. Scene. In the midst of the chaos, Superwoman turns her gaze to Dark Flash, who is attempting to recover nearby. She fires a searing laser blast from her eyes, hitting him square in the chest and sending his battered body flying into a crumbling wall. Superwoman, speech bubble, how could you kill so many of us? They didn't even have a chance. You monster. Panel 26. Scene. Superwoman grabs both Dark Superman and Dark Batman by their collars, lifting them high into the air. With unrelenting fury, she slams them into the ground repeatedly, each impact creating massive craters. SFX. Boom. 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 Dark Batman, speech bubble, weakly the bitch has got heart, but that's all she is. Panel 27. Scene. Enraged by his words, Superwoman snatches the lasso from Superman's grip and flies around the planet at blinding speed, using the momentum to slam both heroes into the ground with devastating force. SFX. Crack. Boom. Superwoman, speech bubble, who's the bitch now, bats? Panel 28. Scene. Superwoman lands beside I.O. glitch and Eclipse, both of whom are catching their breath. They explain the multiverse's infection by the remnant and the fragment. I.O. glitch, speech bubble, this isn't just a battle, it's a pandemic. The multiverse is collapsing. Eclipse, speech bubble, we need to contain the corrupted and find survivors. Panel 29. Scene. Batwoman flies in, her suit scorched but intact. Peaceful's voice echoes through their comms, reporting success with freedom. Peaceful. Speech bubble via comm. Freedom safe. The tide's turning. Panel 30. Scene. Wonder Woman uses the lasso to bind Dark Superman, Batman, and Flash. Eclipse constructs a high-tech containment chamber designed to neutralize the Remnant's influence. Wonder Woman, speech bubble will hold them here until we can purify their minds. Eclipse, speech bubble, it won't be easy, but it's the only way. Panel 31. Scene. As Eclipse prepares to leave, the women ask for additional help. They begin searching the area, discovering Robin and a group of junior DC heroes and villains battling remnants. Panel 32. Scene. After helping secure the area, they regroup in a secluded location. Libra and Eclipse reveal a new multiverse map, giving it to the women for safekeeping. Libra, speech bubble, wait for peaceful signal. The fight's far from over. Panel 33. Scene. As Libra opens a portal and begins to tell Eclipse what happened during the fight, a loud crash interrupts them. Dark Superman breaks free, flying at top speed toward Libra. Just as he reaches him, they're both pulled into the portal, along with Eclipse. SFX. Crash. Whoosh. Panel 34. Scene. Inside the interface stream, Dark Superman thrashes violently, causing ripples in the energy field. Journey tries to blast him out, but Superman deflects each attack with ease. Journey, speech bubble, we'll lose the connection if this keeps up. Libra, speech bubble, if we lose it, reconnecting will take lifetimes. Panel 35. Scene. Dark Superman charges at them again. This time, Libra and Journey grab him together. Libra, speech bubble, let's pull him through. He's weakening. Superman, speech bubble, shouting, you won't stop me. SFX. Rear up. Panel 36. Scene. The group crashes violently into a lab. Superman recovers instantly, flying through the roof, destroying it in the process. Paint splashes across a digital painting by Peaceful, creating an accidental rainbow. Peaceful, speech bubble, my painting. Actually, it's beautiful. Panel 37. Scene. Journey orders Peaceful to get the heroes into recovery chambers and track Dark Superman, who is now weaker in the real world. Journey, speech bubble. We can't let him escape. He's weaker here, but still dangerous. Panel 38. Scene. Libra checks on Freedom, ensuring her stability. Journey hands over data collected from Dark Flash to begin analyzing a way to neutralize the Remnant and the Fragment. Journey, speech bubble. The key is in their energy signatures. We'll find a way. Panel 39. Scene. With alarms still blaring, the heroes take a brief moment to rest, regrouping and preparing for the next phase of their fight. Chapter 9. Part 3. Fractured wounds can heal. Rising threats. Page 1. The volcano rumbled beneath Superman as he perched on its edge, his iconic cape fluttering in the hot, ashen winds. Below, molten lava churned, its glow reflecting in his haunted eyes. His fists clenched tightly, the pain in his chest as raw as his memories. Superman, to himself, Eclipse, Journey, what have I done? That battlefield, those bodies, were they real? Was it me? Or the fragment still whispering lies? The faint, venomous echo of the fragment slithered through his mind, a voice like jagged glass. Corruption. You're not enough. You never were. They're better off broken beneath you. With a guttural growl, Superman shook his head, his voice resolute. Superman, I am not your puppet. Determined to purge the corruption, he dove headfirst into the lava, letting its searing heat press against his Kryptonian form. For an hour, he endured, hoping the molten fury could cleanse his spirit. When he finally emerged, his figure wreathed in steam. He shot into the atmosphere toward the coldest place on Earth, a desperate bid to freeze out what fire could not destroy. Page 2. Panel 1. Close-up on Superman's face, jaw tightening as he fights the whispers in his mind. Superman's inner thoughts narration. But it doesn't feel like a victory. Did I really cut him down? And the others? Panel 2. A ripple of energy appears behind him. A faint hum fills the air as a rift shimmers open. Io Glitch steps through, his form glowing with cosmic energy, a living embodiment of Libra Lamont's will. Io Glitch. You think this is over, Superman? Page 3. Panel 1. Superman turns sharply, his eyes flaring with heat vision, glaring at the new arrival. Superman. What are you? Another one of their kind? Panel 2. Io Glitch stands unmoving, raising a hand. He rewinds time, the scene below with Eclipse's shattered body reassembling, flesh and energy reforming. Superman shocked. What are you doing? Io glitched calmly. Setting the timeline right. Your actions here weren't just. You've let the fragment twist your judgment. Page 4. Panel 1. Wide shot. Eclipse's body is fully reformed, his glowing core shining brighter than ever. Slowly, he rises, unsteady but purposeful. Eclipse weakly. Superman, you're wrong about me and everyone you destroyed. Panel 2. Superman clenches his fists, his expression conflicted. Superman. What's happening? What did I do? Page 5. Panel 1. The recovery room hums with machinery. Freedom and Peaceful stand before a monitor, replaying footage of Superman's battle with Eclipse, showing every brutal moment of the fight. Freedom clenching fists, tight voice. He did that. Superman ripped him apart. Panel 2. Peaceful calmly watches the monitor, analyzing the footage. Peaceful, thoughtfully. It wasn't entirely him. The fragment twisted Superman into its weapon. Eclipse didn't stand a chance. Page 6. Panel 1. The screen flickers, showing Io glitch rewinding the timeline and Eclipse body reassembling. Freedom, frustrated. We can't keep leaning on Io to fix everything. One day, even he won't be enough. Panel 2. Peaceful turns to Freedom, her voice soft. Peaceful. Maybe. But without I/O's intervention, Eclipse would have been gone. And without Eclipse, Journey wouldn't exist. Panel 3. Freedom raises an eyebrow. Freedom. Journey? What do you mean? Panel 4. Peaceful gestures toward the monitor, explaining. Peaceful. When Eclipse's world fell, his astral form endured. Over time, it evolved, merging with I/O's energy and Libra Lamont's will. Eclipse became Journey, a new force with old memories and new purpose. Page 7. Panel 1. An alert blares across the shelter. On screen, Superman approaches, his eyes glowing faintly with remnant energy. Peaceful, adjusting frequencies. He's here. I used the lowest recording to lure him. Let's hope there's enough of Clark Kent left to listen. Panel 2. Freedom looks grim, her posture tense. Freedom. And if there isn't? Panel 3. The shelter door buckles. Superman bursts through, his presence overwhelming. He grabs both women in a blur of motion, voice desperate. Superman. You know what's happening to me. Tell me how to stop it, before it's too late. Page 8. Panel 1. Peaceful steadies herself, speaking calmly. Peaceful. The fragment didn't fully leave you when you crossed the interface. Its remnants are inside you, feeding on your power, spreading. Panel 2. Superman releases them, trembling hands clutching his head as the realization hits. Superman. Then let me finish it. I'll burn it out myself. Panel 3. Freedom steps forward, shaking her head. Freedom, sharply. No. You're already compromised. You'll destabilize this universe if you try. Let us help. Page 9. Panel 1. In the lab, scans illuminate Superman's body, pinpointing the fragment's presence. Its energy pulses in his chest and brain, dark tendrils coiling like a parasite. Superman with resolve. Get a container. I'll force it out. Panel 2. Superman steps into the jungle, drawing a deep breath. He strikes his chest with immense force, each blow reverberating through the earth. Freedom, smirking. He looks like a cat coughing up a hairball. Panel 3. Peaceful, laughing. Or like someone recovering from a bender. Page 10. Panel 1. Superman collapses to his knees, coughing violently. A jagged black stone erupts from his mouth, glowing faintly. The sheer energy knocks Peaceful backward. Peaceful, yelling. White P. He's still SU Proma Aeon. Panel 2. The container slams shut, but the force sends Peaceful flying into the distance, arms flailing. Freedom, shaking her head, smirking. Guess that'll teach her to play catcher with a Kryptonian. Page 11. Panel 1. A digital projection of Freedom sprints off into the jungle, presumably to check on Peaceful. Superman wipes his mouth, his breathing ragged, and looks up at Freedom. She tears a strip from her shirt and hands it to him. Freedom, dryly. Here, clean yourself up, big guy. Let's go. Page 12. Panel 1. Inside, the team analyzes the fragment under a scanner, Peaceful's expression grim. Peaceful. It's part of the whole, connected but independent. Destroying this won't stop it. It'll just grow back. Panel 2. Journey enters, glancing at the monitor. Journey. Then we trap it. Create a dimension it can't escape, an infinite loop of timelines to keep it contained. Panel 3. Superman, strength returning, nods in agreement. Superman. I'll help you, but first I need to return to my universe. My people need me. Page 13. Panel 1. Freedom hands Superman a chest plate. Freedom. This will stabilize your energy and help with multiverse travel. You'll need to train to perfect it. Panel 2. Superman dons the chest plate, the device fusing seamlessly with his suit. Page 14. Panel 1. 2 days later, Superman stands in a newly constructed lab. As he prepares to leave, Journey and Peaceful enter. Journey. Hey, is that super? Panel 2. In a flash, Superman is gone. Page 15. Panel 1. Freedom turns to the monitors as an alert blares. Freedom, grimly. It's starting again. The fragment isn't done. Panel 2. On screen, an unscannable area flickers. A mic drops, and a distant announcer's voice echoes faintly. Announcer, off screen. Will the real Slee? Panel 3. A chainsaw revs, cutting off the announcer as screams erupt. Voice, off screen. Oh, back ya. Chapter 10. Sound silence. Reel to reel. Panel 1. Libra, emerging from recovery, stands up slowly, stretching his arms. His face is a little bruised, but his eyes are focused, determined. The others, Peaceful, Journey, and Freedom, walk in. They look exhausted but ready. Caption. The world has gone silent. And now, the silence must be broken. Panel 2. The group gathers around a small table with various maps, radio equipment, and old files spread out. A faint, eerie hum fills the air. Peaceful looks over at Journey, who taps a screen showing a static-filled broadcast. Journey, whispering, maybe we need some kind of sound amplifier in case since things are being muted? Libra, nodding, we'll figure it out. Let's move. Panel 3. The team gears up, pulling out different tech and instruments. Journey and Peaceful double-check weapons. Freedom adjusts her pack, and Libra carefully inspects his headphones, but the static continues. They head for the exit. Freedom, with a smirk, ready to shake the world. Libra? Libra, half smiling, let's break the silence. Panel 4. The team arrives at Intisudra Flatai, a sprawling, multi-level cosmic music hall. Strange, alien bands play in the distance, their music fractured and distorted. They meet a group of artists who have suffered a similar fate. Artist, explaining, we were once the lifeblood of sound, but now, nothing. The code you need is 5555. Journey, determined. Let's get to work. Panel 5. They enter the cosmic hall. The sound seems to be disappearing, like a vacuum sucking the very essence of music. Instruments are half finished. Singers stand frozen in time. Caption, a world without sound. A universe in decay. They must restore the music before it's lost forever. Panel 6. The group splits up to search. Peaceful and Journey go to one side, while Freedom and Libra move to another. They start to work on different parts of the hall, trying to decipher the missing pieces of the puzzle. Libra, thinking to himself, we're missing something. What's the key to fixing this? Panel 7. Suddenly, an intense sound begins to echo from the back of the hall. The walls shake as Dark Shady, dressed in a menacing Jason-style mask and wielding a chainsaw, bursts through the door. Dark Shady, yelling, I'm Shady. Panel 8. Freedom rolls her eyes as she watches Dark Shady's dramatic entrance. Freedom, with a chuckle, does anyone ever just use the handle or push the door open gently? Dark Shady, menacingly, you'll regret that, girl. Panel 9. Dark Shady swings the chainsaw wildly, cutting through anything in his path. As fans and artists try to escape, he continues his rampage. Dark Shady, ranting, I'm not Marshall, I'm the devil, bitch. You think you can stop me? I'll tear you apart. Dark Shady, raving, I'll gut you, I'll tear you down. You don't know the power I hold. I'll wreck your soul, and you'll beg me to make it stop. Cause it won't. I'll break you in half, then turn your world to ash. Panel 9.2. Suddenly, Eminem falls through the ceiling, landing directly on Dark Shady, knocking the chainsaw to the ground. His suit is his famous backwards E superhero ensemble. Eminem, smirking, yeah, well, sometimes blunt force trauma is all you need. Caption, the chainsaw stops. The world goes still, almost. Mr. Rager, peeking over the roof hole, laughing, that's what I'm talking about. Caption, the chaos grows. The music becomes a battleground. Panel 9.3. The room shakes as a bear-shaped figure walks down the hallway, Kanye West's iconic bear costume. He's followed by an animated Busta Rhymes, Ludacris, and the Gorillas. Busta Rhymes, punching the wall. Man, I was ready to go this time. Ludacris, shaking his head, this is crazy. Pharrell, in Lego form, grinning. Let's just roll with it. Panel 9.4. The Scooby-Doo gang bursts into the room. Freddy, pointing, we found him. Well, you guys found him. Velma, analyzing Dark Shady's mask, Jinkies. This mask looks sick. And look at his eyes. They look like stars. Asterisk, Scooby, and Shaggy, meanwhile, run to the snack bar. Daphne, walking into a booth. I'm gonna practice a tune. Anyone want to join? Panel 9.5. Freddy pulls off Dark Shady's mask. The gang bags it up. They carry the unconscious Eminem away, while he curses, spitting and throwing pills around. Eminem, spitting, I'll gut you. I'll F-C-K you. He's punched in the mouth by the Eminem, knocking him out. Remnant ooze leaks from his mouth and turns into stone. Libra, smiling grimly, sometimes blunt force trauma is all you need. Journey to Scooby, stay safe. This isn't over yet. Panel 11. Dark Shady struggles underneath Eminem, but soon goes unconscious as the remnants ooze from his mouth. His body begins to turn to stone. Eminem, grinning, gotta call the document. This one's gonna need a checkup. Eminem, under his breath, Dr. Dre's gonna want to hear this one. Panel 12. As Dark Shady lies unconscious, the team regroups. The room falls silent once again. The fragments of sound are starting to return, slowly piecing together the puzzle. Journey, determined, we're close. We can feel the music coming back. Freedom, excited, let's make this work. Panel 13. The team, now united, begins to create music, their energy filling the room. Peaceful and Journey harmonize a melody, while Libra taps out a rhythm and Freedom hums a tune. Instruments materialize from the very air as they jam together. Libra, focused, the fragment won't win. Not this time. Not while we're still standing. Journey, singing, we've fought battles far and wide, and we're not backing down. We'll find the sound that's been stolen. We'll reclaim this broken crown. Panel 14. As their jam session intensifies, the door bursts open once more. This time, Scrappy-Doo charges into the room, ready to take on Dark Shady. Scrappy-Doo, yelling, let me at him. Let me at him. Scooby-Doo, pulling Scrappy back, Roo-row. Let's get out of here, Scrappy. Scrappy-Doo, still yelling, I'm ready. Let me at him. Panel 15. The team, now full of energy and determination, continues their work. The air hums with the renewed power of sound, but the battle is far from over. Caption. In the multiverse, every victory comes with its price. But the fight for the sound, for the soul of music, will continue,